Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I have a journal to share with you guys. This journal will be available for sale, and I will include the details in the description box. If it says sold, then somebody else already claimed it, and I hope you guys enjoy this flip through and find it inspiring. Okay, so this is basically a hardcover journal, and it is a masculine journal, and I have these pieces that I included. This right here is a tag, and I attached this. There's a number 26. I just there's no meaning to the number. I just liked it, so that's why I used it. I just like the numbers, and I love this color. It's just so cool and vintage. And I think the numbers are Tim Holtz. And then these, they're like really huge rings. I'm not sure where I got those from, but I loved how perfectly they matched with this whole, with the bulldog clip and the numbers. So they just worked out so well. So this just goes right here, and I was gonna show you guys. This actually comes off, so this could be moved somewhere else. It could be glued somewhere else, or it could be glued here. But the reason why I didn't glue it down is because these are actually post-it notes, right? So there's a couple post-it notes. I love using these in my journals to write like a little quote or a message. So there's a couple of them on here. So they could be removed and added to the journal inside. And then what you could do is glue one of them down here with a quote. And then you can just have them all glued down like this, if you wanted to. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. And then this can get tucked into the journal, or you can just tuck it in to the back right here. I think that looks really good too. And then the cover, I'm going to pull it out for now, but okay, so the cover has this little glassine envelope, and inside I have bits and pieces and inside I have bits and pieces that can be used again in the journal. I have some more of these post-it notes. And then I have a ticket. I have some verses. Let's see, I forget what I included. So let me dump it all out. Okay. So I have a bunch of gold photo corners, so that you can attach photos in the journal. I have words, I have Bible verses, and then I have these are also like journaling prompts also. At least that's how I use them. I use them as journaling prompts, or like if I have family, I can think, okay, what if I add a photo of my family and then just add this on top and then just glue it down in a journal? That's kind of, that kind of helps if you're stuck when you're not sure what to add to a journal. Okay. Okay, so then this journal is wrapped with some twine, and there is a key attached. Okay, and then this journal is, I should probably measure it so you can see the size. It's approximately 5.5. It's a little bit smaller, maybe 5.25 by 7.5, 7.75, it looks like. Okay, and then width is, well, depends. If I squish it down, it's gonna be like 1.5. But if I kind of leave it fairly open, almost 2 inches, right? And what I did was I used this cotton fabric with the red stripe. I thought it would look so good with it. I love the contrast. And then I attached this this velvety, it's like a vintage velvet fabric, and it's one of my favorite things to use for junk journals. I think it's so pretty. And I added some brads on here. Now this is glued onto the cover, but the journal itself is bound and sewn into the cover, into just the cover of the journal, okay? And then I just covered it with the fabric for some more stability, and just also for, as a decorative, as a decorative detail. And then I added these, and I think the brads look so cool. I just love the way they turned out. And I love this color, these colors, especially for a masculine journal. I think it's really, really great. Okay, so I used a variety of printables in this journal. I knew I wanted to work with this brown book cover, so and I also wanted this to be a masculine journal. So what I did was I pulled out different printables that I have. Like I have, let's see, I have Timeless Heritage, and that is a printable kit that I made, that I put together for like Father's Day, and for it's just basically a masculine type of kit. And then I also mixed, matched, and pulled in some other vintage ones, which is also, I have Yesterday's vintage, and then I have Someday and Autumn Story. I think this was from Yesterday's vintage collection. Okay, so I have a nautical Bible verse one that I used. I forgot about that. So I used a lot of Bible verses throughout the journal. And so that's what that was from. This one's from Someday. And then here's a tag. And this is from my nautical one. Okay, and then I have this one. This is from my Rain Aesthetic photos. I have a huge collection of photos that I like to use in my journals. And if you guys are interested, I have a whole section in my Etsy shop with photos. And I was going to say that I have florals, but then I also have like nature type of photos that are moody. I edited them so that they have like a moody look to them, and some of them are my fall themed photos, and some of them are like rain aesthetic. I just think nature themed images go really well with basically any type of journaling, and they work really well in a masculine journal or like a moodier type of journal where you're really journaling a lot, you're writing a lot. So I love to use photos in my journals. And I was also going to mention that I have a lot of photos in my Etsy shop, but I have one listing with 4x6 photos. So if you like to print, like say through Shutterfly, you can actually send those 4x6 images to Shutterfly and print them out and then use them in your journals. And then you'll have like the glossy or matte finish, but you'll have a real photograph you can use in your journals. But what I did here is I just printed it on cardstock, and then I matted it. First I matted it to some coffee dyed paper, and then I matted it to a green file folder. I use the green file folders kind of a lot in this journal because the colors work so well with the whole look of it. I have a vintage book page, and doesn't that look perfect? I just love that It was actually folded over like that. That's just how it was when I tore it out of the book. And I just use it like that. This is from my William Morris collection. And again, how perfect is the coloring? I just love it. I think it looks so good. Okay, so here I have a pocket. And this is also, I think it's William Morris. I will link everything below because I can't remember everything. But I also use some of my flashcard printables. Okay, so this here, this is also from my Rain Aesthetic. Isn't that just beautiful? Rain Aesthetic photos. And then I have this, and this is a Bible printable with a bunch of different verses. And so this is Psalms 23. And I have multiple tags, these large tags. And what I did was I actually added an eyelet to each one, right? So this could be taken apart. Okay, so there's an eyelet on each tag. So these could be taken apart if you wanted to and just kind of redistributed into the journal. So I have 3 tags with the Psalm verse, right? Let's go like that. And they're printed on the back. So you have the same like vintage look on the back, right? And then I added 2 more. And these you could journal on or you can collage on. And so I was also going to mention these 3 are printed on cardstock. And then these are on it's just on paper, but it's a little bit heavier than regular paper. Just a little bit heavier, but it's not a cardstock. And it also has a very smooth surface, almost like silk. I just tried a new paper. And I love it so much. I can link it below if you guys want to know. I usually use Costco paper. Just regular Costco paper for all my pages. Like this is printed. No, I'm not sure if this is Costco. Let me feel again. Yeah, I think this is regular Costco. And then I have the new one. I want to say I think I might have it on my phone. Let me double check. I actually posted it in my stories on Instagram like a week ago. Oh yeah, it's Hammermill Premium Color Copy. And it's the one that is 28 pounds, 105 GSM. And the brightness is 100. Okay, so I can link it below if you guys would like. Because I love it. I love the way it prints. It has like a really shiny, satiny finish. I love paper in general. I will still use the Costco paper. I think it's a great paper. But I also like to try different things and kind of go into, like, just mix them up, right? So I'll use Costco paper. I'll use the Hammermill. And then I also use Southworth paper, okay? So I like that one with the texture. I also like the parchment or the 100% cotton. When you print, I mean, it depends on whatever, what your project is, right? And what look you're going for, but that's kind of a few of the papers I use. Oh, I was gonna show you guys the little leaf on there. So when I create a journal that's more masculine, obviously I'm not going to use flowers. So then I will use, for embellishing, then I'm going to rely maybe on texture, like right here. I still did some stitching. I also have some tickets here. I got some fabric, and I love the fraying of the fabric. And then I have like the leaf that I attached. So basically, that's kind of when you create a masculine journal. If you've always created a journal with flowers, it's a little bit of an adjustment to think about how to embellish a journal in that case. So I will probably point some things out because I remember when I first made a masculine journal, I thought, gosh, where do I go? So I'll show you guys some ideas. Okay, so this lifts up. I have vintage paper. Actually, I think it's antique paper. It's like 18 something. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. I have hidden journaling space here. And then I have this pretty image. Isn't that pretty? And you see the, I guess they're goats. And then you see the waterfall. Oops. And then you see the waterfall. Okay, and I have like the torn edges. I love that because it adds texture and interest. Here's the other side of that page. Okay, and then here I have some coffee dyed paper. I used a ticket. This is from my William Morris collection. And I made a little tab that I basically just glued this piece of fabric to the bowl pin. And then I poked this little brad through. Oh my goodness. Right? So it makes like a little, I don't know, like a little flag or a ribbon. This is from my Someday printable. I have a map from there. There it is. I have the map and this from my Someday printable. This is kind of cool. I use this. This is from my Nautical Bible verse kit. And I just glued it on this page, which is shorter, right? And so it's like you can kind of see how it peeks through. I kind of like that effect. Here I have a pocket. And these just tuck in here. I just stapled this bit of fabric on there. That's my detail. And then here on the pocket, I embellished the pocket with a label, with a verse. Okay. And then this page here opens up, and this is a music sheet. And this is the song Near the Cross. Right? And then you open it up, and I have a page from, this is like a workbook style Bible that was coming apart, and so I like to use the pages. And then here I tuck this little verse. Okay? This card with a verse. Okay, so this is a printable called Faith for the New Year, and I have different verses and words that I love to use from that kit. Okay, so here, I love this page so much, guys. Okay, so it's actually paper clipped on here. So this is a little, oops, this goes back there. Okay, so this is a little, this is like a receipt, and I glued this instant photo printable on here. So this could be opened up, and this could be used as journaling, like, you know, write a prayer or a verse or your thoughts. And so then when I was working on this, I thought, okay, I'm going to use some book page just to kind of add some more texture between the photo and then the yellowed receipt. And I grabbed this page and I thought, okay, cool. I like the word revealed, right? Because it just fits, like you're on a path, right? And then I thought, and I love using images with like a path, because that really symbolizes our walk, our life, or where we are going. And so when I glued it down, I just realized that the first the first sentence on there says, "How will I find my way?" Isn't that cool? That was totally like it just happened. I didn't plan it. I was going to glue it down, and then I noticed that. So then I shifted my photo a little bit to the side so you can kind of see. So that peeks out. I just thought that would be really kind of cool little detail. Okay. Okay, so that just gets tucked there. And then I have this tag. with the verse. The back is perfect for writing some notes or some journaling. And then I have this piece. I have a, what is it called? Die cut plate. I forget what they're called. Die cutting. A die cut that I use that for. And okay, so I'm going to go to this side. And this side, I just tucked in a little tag with a verse on this side too. This is also from, oh my goodness, I forget what it's called. Faith for the New Year. That's what this is. So this is part of it. It's just, I love using them and I love the verses. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. So if you love using Bible verses in your journals, I have a pretty good selection. And you know what? I'm going to put a bunch of them on sale for a few days so that if you guys wanted to pick something up, they're going to be discounted. Okay, so here I have a bit of embossed paper and it's a little tuck spot. And then I have these two tags right here. And then here I have like a little, it's folded over just a tad so that it's like a little, it slides under and it's just held there. And again, isn't that pretty? The yellowing of the paper is so pretty. Okay. And again, I embellished with, this is a, what is it called? Fabric, like a textile tag. And I just stapled a piece of fabric and then the tag on top. Okay, so I made a little paper pad out of a check. So see how this is a check? And I folded it over. I folded the bottom up and glued it down so it's not too long. And then I added this label on there that says Life Journal. And then there's all this space for writing or jotting down notes. And then that just gets tucked in there. Okay, so here, I love this too. Oh my gosh. Isn't that great? This one is from, let's see if I'll get it right. It's either my Vintage Inspiration or Vintage Love Aesthetic Photos. I have a lot of images like that I think are really great, again, for like a more masculine journal. There's the map. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then I have this image. This is from Timeless Heritage. And it's got, I have a lot of like vintage images or photos. I made it to use for Father's Day last year, I think. And I made some cards for my husband. I should probably show you since I'm talking about it. I'll show you the card I made him. Okay, so this is the card that I made for my husband. And actually, we all signed it. So there's like the photo. I used the photo in this journal also. But this pulls out and we wrote on the back. And then this part comes out. And you can write a note on here or on the back of it. And then I have the back here. And I have a note that is tucked in there also. Okay, so that's the card. Isn't that cute? Okay, that was just a side note. Okay, so here we go. This is from one of my either Charlotte collections or my fall collection. Autumn Story. Same with this one. I can't remember. Okay, look at that. This is from 1870. Isn't that amazing? I kind of hoarded this newspaper for a while, and then I decided to use it in this journal. I thought it would, be a really nice touch. Okay, so I have a verse there also, and then I layered it with different papers to give it some interest. I used fabric again for some interest, and then I used this little. This is from my Americana kit. I have like numbers and alphabet, like squares. And what I did was I glued it onto some thicker, like some card that's thicker, like bookboard type, to make these little tiles. And I love using them. I made them once and then I just keep using them. I can't remember where that one is from, but I love the color. And then here, I added this on there. So this could be perfect for just writing, right? And that just gets tucked on there. Okay, again, I added some detail with this label, with a verse. You can use a quote or a word. And then I have some textured embossed paper and then the fabric underneath. Okay, and then this right here was a label. And what I did was I just folded it in half and glued it. But I didn't glue it on the end because I actually put this twine through it, and I added this this sailboat charm, which I rusted. Let's see if you can see it. It's a little bit rusted, not a lot, just a little bit. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I rusted it or if it naturally happened. I've had these for a while. We like 20 years ago, not 20 years ago, let's see. About 17 or 18 years ago, my sister was pregnant with her son, and we threw her a baby shower. And I purchased a bunch of these sailboat charms, and I had some left over, and they rusted. You know, they were in storage for a while. And it's kind of perfect, though. I love it. I didn't have to do that. I don't think I rusted this one. I think since it's not really heavily rusted, I think that happened just naturally. Okay, this one is printed on that hammer mill paper, and it just has like a really soft, silky feel to it. Okay, so this right here just folds as a little tuck spot, and I have these pieces on there. Okay, oops. I have this image of the car. Isn't that cool? That's also from one of my aesthetic photos. I think I have one called Going Somewhere. And it's got some really cool images. Just vintage, really cool vintage images. Coffee dyed paper. This right here, I use this instant photo printable as a tuck spot. Okay, so you can actually journal on there. You can add a photograph. I don't have one here, but let's see. I have this. So pretend this is a photo. You can just add a photo to your tag and then write on the back if you wanted to. If you wanted to kind of decorate it, right? That's just some tips. I use this. Isn't that a great image? It's from an antique book, or not an antique book, an antique magazine. And I love the images and so I thought this was fitting because it's got the chair and the candle on the table, and it just reminds me of like back in the day when you'd sit down and by the fire maybe and read or write. This is the other side. Isn't that pretty? At the top there. And then I have the images of the books. And then I have the luggage. Isn't that cute? I love it. I actually used to collect old suitcases because I used to do photography, and so I have a few really cool pieces that I would take pictures of my kids with them. Isn't this a great book page? It's got the knot. And then there's the ship. This other side of the magazine page, I covered it. And then I used this image and turned it into like a card. So you can actually have some hidden journaling spot right there. Or you can even glue a photo in here, right? And then journal on one side. Okay. Here I did just a bit of collaging. And now you can totally add more on top. You can add like a photo. You can write right there. You can add a photo right here or right here. Okay, so here I have, I think this is from my Timeless Heritage kit. I'm not sure. But I'll link it below. This I turned into a little tuck spot. And I included this image. Again, I love to use like a road because it's very, I feel like you can really write about like where you're at in life or what you see ahead or plan ahead, your goals, your dreams. And I think it's really relevant. Okay, so here I have like a little tuck spot. And again, I embellished using a ticket. Tickets are great way to embellish like a more masculine journal. And I love the grandfather clock. Isn't that just great? It's a great image. And then this right here that I included is, oops, let's see. Okay, so this right here is a piece of, it's waxed dictionary page, I believe. But I think it's a dictionary like maybe like German English or something like that. So I just thought it's a really cool effect. And you can layer it with this. I think it looks so cool. And so this is just glued down. It's a little, like a little frame. I want it to be a little bit higher because it's coming off the page. See that? Okay, now it's good. Another tip for you guys, if you're new at junk journaling, having pieces like this attached with a paper clip is a great way to kind of keep some privacy to your journaling page. So this page is blank and I added this on here. And so that's just a really cool way to have some privacy and not have like everything show if you care about that. Okay, and then here I have a few pieces. Like this could be another pocket if you wanted to. I left it like this because you could also just write on the back. And again, use it for layering and it covers up journaling space. Plus it looks very aesthetic the way it's just clipped in there. This I love to use as like a title in my journaling. Like I can give a title to my my page, right? I can just cut it right there. This is what I usually like to do. I love the composition of it cut off just a bit. And so what I would do is I would write maybe a title or maybe, you know, the date, or if I'm writing a journaling a verse, I would write the verse, like where it's found at, something like that. So I love using labels. And then we are at the back of the journal. I included this envelope, coin envelope, and it has a few pieces inside. Let's see. Just some more pieces to journal or to glue down. You can just glue this straight down like this and then just journal right on top. So if a page is a little busy and you want to add journaling to it, this is how you can do it. And you can also, let's say, layer a photo on top if you wanted to. Okay, so I got a couple of those pieces in here. And then what you can also do with these, if you have other memorabilia, you can always just go like this and then add a little paper clip. I'm looking for a paper clip. It's okay, I'll just add it later. So basically you can just attach it like that, and then you have all your memories in a neat little book. Okay, so this is the journal, and I have a lot of stuff out here because I was playing around with like the aesthetic of my desk, and I kind of had some fun doing just photographing everything, but I just wanted to say this is what the journal is coming with. Okay, this is the journal, and then these two pieces. I have the twine also, which holds it together, and the key. Okay, so this journal is available for sale. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button and follow if you'd like to see more. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.